Picture yourself at a crossroads where you can choose how to react. Each path leads you somewhere different. One takes you to a place of calm strength, the other to a fiery impulse. Imagine that each time you make this choice, you're strengthening a muscle, training your mind to respond with depth, not recklessness. This is what Stoicism offers, a guide for responding to the world not with haste, but with purpose. Today, we're diving deep into the 10 Stoic lessons that can transform your mind into a fortress of intention. This is a way of life that doesn't simply react to the world, but shapes itself to withstand the world, rising above the pull of fleeting emotions and base impulses. These are lessons steeped in centuries of wisdom, in the philosophies of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, thinkers who lived through turmoil, struggle, and hardship, but found peace and purpose in their minds. They knew that true strength lies in the ability to respond with control, to act from a place of inner clarity, not external chaos. Now let's begin. Number 1. Master the pause. The first lesson is the foundation upon which all others stand, the power to pause. In that single, suspended moment between trigger and response lies the power to change everything. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." When you pause, you seize that power. Think about a moment when someone criticizes you, maybe a friend making a harsh comment, or a stranger casting a judgmental glance. You could react instantly, defend yourself, lash out, justify, or you could pause. In this pause, you gather your strength, you breathe. In silence, you find clarity. You realize that the insult, the judgment, it has no power over you. Only your response matters. This ability to pause is not a weakness, it's a profound strength. It's your way of saying, "I will not be swayed by emotions. I will act with purpose." Practice this, and you'll notice your reactions transform into responses grounded in wisdom, not impulse. Number 2. Observe the emotion, don't become it. One of the greatest lessons from Seneca is the ability to observe your emotions without becoming them. He teaches us that emotions are like clouds passing over a vast sky, temporary, transient, without lasting impact. He reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Imagine you're frustrated by a colleague's rudeness. The anger rises. Your mind wants to react, to lash out. But the Stoic approach is to become the observer, not the participant. Ask yourself, where is this anger coming from? Is it pride? Is it a need to be right? When you step outside the emotion, you see it for what it is, a fleeting feeling, a cloud drifting by. This isn't about denying your feelings, it's about understanding them. The anger, frustration, fear, they are not you. They're separate, temporary. By observing them, you defuse their control over you. You become free to respond with a clear mind, with purpose. You choose intention over impulse. Number 3. Anchor yourself in the present moment. The Stoics understood that so much of our suffering comes from the mind's tendency to drift into the past or leap into the future. Epictetus, who rose from slavery to become a philosopher, taught that grounding ourselves in the present is a key to peace. He famously said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." Consider this. You're overwhelmed by a project deadline, anxiously thinking about what could go wrong. But Epictetus's wisdom pulls you back. He reminds you that it's not the deadline itself that's causing distress. It's your projection of fear onto it. So ask yourself, what can I do right now? This question is your anchor. It pulls you out of the whirlwind of what-ifs and into the now. When you're present, you're intentional. You're responding to what's directly in front of you, not to an imagined future. The moment becomes manageable, and your actions become deliberate. Number 4. Choose virtue over validation. Many of our impulsive reactions stem from a need for validation. We crave approval, applause, to be seen as worthy in others' eyes. But the Stoics knew that true fulfillment comes from within, from our actions aligning with our values. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Imagine a moment where you're tempted to act for recognition, staying late at work to impress your boss, or exaggerating a story to gain admiration. In that moment, pause and ask yourself, is this action truly virtuous, or is it just for show? Stoicism teaches us to act for our own integrity, not for others' opinions. By focusing on virtue, you detach from the desire for praise and root yourself in purpose. When you choose virtue, you choose freedom. No longer swayed by the need for approval, you can respond to life's challenges with clarity, with integrity. You live for something higher than fleeting recognition. You live for the strength of your own character. Number 5. Embrace discomfort as a teacher. The Stoics embraced discomfort as a way to build resilience. Seneca advised, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Discomfort, they believed, is the fire that forges a stronger self. Think about a time when you were tempted to avoid a difficult conversation or back down from a challenging task. It's natural to want to evade discomfort, to take the easy road. But the Stoic path teaches us to face it. Embrace it fully. Let discomfort be your teacher. By leaning into discomfort, you train yourself to respond with courage, not avoidance. The next time you're faced with a tough situation, remind yourself that this is growth. By choosing to engage, you transform discomfort into strength. You learn to face life with resilience, not retreat. Number 6. Separate what you control from what you don't. This lesson is the foundation of Stoic peace. Epictetus taught that our serenity depends on our ability to separate what we can control from what we cannot. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Imagine a situation where something goes wrong, a delay in plans, a mistake made by someone else, or even an unexpected setback in your own work. Your mind might immediately want to react with frustration, stress, or even despair. But in these moments, the Stoic approach is to stop and question, is this within my control? When you practice this distinction, you start freeing yourself from unnecessary emotional weight. If something is outside your control, a delay, a person's behavior, an outcome, there's no benefit in allowing it to disturb your peace. Instead, focus only on what you can control: your response, your effort, your attitude. This mindset isn't about apathy or indifference. It's about clarity and self-mastery. By centering yourself on what's within your influence, you empower yourself to act deliberately and detach from the chaos of uncontrollable circumstances. You respond not to the storm, but to the choices you can make within it, embodying true freedom. Number 7. Cultivate patience as a daily practice. Patience is not just a virtue, it is a powerful form of self-control that protects you from impulsive reactions. To the Stoics, patience was an active force, a strength that could turn frustration into purpose. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Think of moments in your life when you felt the urge to act quickly. Maybe it's an opportunity that appears, or a reaction you feel compelled to express. Patience here is a silent force that holds you back from hasty decisions. It's a commitment to quality over speed, to wisdom over immediacy. When you practice patience, you give yourself the space to weigh your choices, to respond with clarity rather than compulsion. You understand that sometimes the best action is waiting, observing, gathering your thoughts. Patience doesn't mean inaction. It means deliberate action. It's a reminder that true power lies in the strength to hold back until you're ready to proceed with purpose. Number 8. Accept criticism with grace, not defensiveness. A Stoic responds to criticism with openness, not with ego or defensiveness. This lesson is not about passive acceptance, but about humility and the willingness to learn. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine a moment when someone criticizes your work or questions your character. It's human to feel the sting of defensiveness, to want to protect your pride. But the Stoic path is to view criticism as a potential teacher, Instead of shutting down or lashing out, ask yourself, is there truth in this? What can I learn? By accepting criticism with grace, you practice a profound level of control over your ego. You aren't reacting from a place of insecurity, but responding from a place of strength. You become someone who's open to growth, who's willing to let go of pride to become wiser, stronger. This doesn't mean accepting all criticism blindly, but approaching it with discernment, extracting the wisdom and discarding the rest. Number 9. Practice empathy as a form of strength. Empathy may seem like a gentle quality, but to the Stoics it was a source of profound strength. Marcus Aurelius, a warrior and philosopher, emphasized understanding others as a way to fortify our own minds. He wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? The next time you feel irritation toward another, perhaps a friend makes a poor decision, or a stranger behaves rudely, try seeing through their perspective. Recognize that like you, they are human, prone to missteps and challenges. Empathy doesn't make you vulnerable, it makes you resilient, as it allows you to rise above petty judgments and small reactions. By practicing empathy, you respond not from a place of judgment, but from a place of shared humanity. You're not shaken by others' flaws or mistakes. Instead, you understand, accept, and let them pass. This is strength, the kind that grounds you in compassion and shields you from impulsive negativity. Number 10. Embrace impermanence as freedom. The final lesson, one that encapsulates the Stoic spirit, is to embrace impermanence. This life is fleeting, and everything within it is in constant change. Epictetus reminds us, whoever would live at peace must not do too much, nor desire too much, nor think too much. When you understand that all things, people, possessions, moments are temporary, you liberate yourself from attachment. In every situation where you feel tempted to act out of fear or desperation, remind yourself of life's transience. The urgency that drives you to act impulsively begins to fade. You don't need to hold so tightly to react with such force, because you recognize the nature of things. Imagine facing a challenging situation, a fear of losing something or someone. Instead of reacting in desperation, hold this truth of impermanence close. It frees you to act without clinging, to respond without fear. This is the ultimate liberation, a life where you walk unburdened by fleeting desires, rooted instead in an understanding that peace comes from within. As you walk this path of Stoicism, remember that these 10 lessons aren't merely intellectual exercises. They are a discipline, a training ground for your mind and soul. Each lesson is a tool to sharpen your resilience, to foster inner calm, to elevate you above reaction and bring you closer to intention. This journey isn't about never feeling anger, fear, or frustration. It's about transforming those emotions into something greater, something that aligns with your deepest values. In every moment, you have a choice to act impulsively or to respond with purpose. And in that choice lies your power. Carry these Stoic lessons with you as you face life's challenges. Let them be your armor, your guide, your unwavering support. When you practice the pause, observe your emotions, embrace discomfort, and accept the impermanence of life, you build a mind that's unshakable, a heart that's at peace, and a life that's driven by purpose, not by the fleeting whims of impulse. Good day.